let's take a moment for boobies. Yeah!
Boobies!
Boobies!
Boobs.
And hello, everybody! What is up? What's up? Welcome to the Jcast experience, man. Let's kick it off in a different kind of way because it's going to be a little bit different, and because I've had some Powerade, some orange Powerade tonight.
He's on the juice.
Oh yeah. What are you on, Drew?
I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
All right. Hey, man. Can't beat that. Extreme!
And life. Don't forget about life.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm all coked up on life.
That's right. I snorted me a big old line of life earlier today.
Oh, yeah. Freebasing life, man.
That's right.
You know it. So this week's a little bit different. Drew, I was actually just a little bit discouraged yesterday when I read a reply from a message I'd sent to my cousin. And he works in podcasting and internet radio show and stuff like that. And so I bounce ideas off of him and ask him to listen to our shows sometimes. And
oh man, did he tell you we suck ass? Is that what
not in those words.
Okay.
I mean, there were some good. There were some good ideas and thoughts in there.
Nice.
But some of it not discouraged and like questioning like whether or not we should continue or anything like that, but just sometimes it's hard to put into words, but you just get that feeling and you're just like, for example, today, man, I thought a few times about calling you and just being like, dude, I don't feel like recording tonight or this week, and just kind of put it off this week. But I was like, no, dude, screw that shit. I was like, screw it. Just gonna, might as well just get it out in the open, air it, talk a little bit with you about some of the couple thoughts I've had. And we'll just get that out of the way real quick. That'll be our main topic. And then we've got a doozy of a nutty bar of the week. So,
Oh, yeah.
So, we'll get into that here in a minute. But, I had emailed him and, or messaged him and asked him if he'd take a listen to our last week's show, the Fly on History's Wall. Sure. Talking about flight and Wright brothers and whatnot. And I want to say now that, like, I'm in no way talking smack about him or anything at all. Yeah. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I have no ill will or ill feelings toward him. This is not like me trying to poke at him or something like that. This is this is life, dude. This is real shit. And it has to do with our show. So, so he sent me his reply after he listened to it, and the first paragraph, which I did read to you, and I'm not going to share on air, but we'll talk, loosely about it, was honest to God critiquing, of the show. Yeah. And I'm not trying to do one of those things where I don't like what the person said, so I'm going to give my count. Well, this is what it really is. Nothing like that whatsoever. Okay. But I honestly don't think that he understands exactly what we're doing, as far as we're just two guys sitting in a garage, literally, next to your badass car, and we're just talking. We're just having conversations. We're not hardcore intellectuals. I don't know about you, but like, I don't research everything that I'm curious about. No. I don't research a lot or everything about things that I enjoy talking about. I mean, I know quite a bit about a wide range of things, and it's basically the generalization of things. Yeah. Which is how I work. I mean, yes, I know some fine details. I don't mind getting into finer details. I like listening to the finer details of things. Yeah. But I'm not the guy who is gonna give those details to others. Sure. I'm the guy who's gonna give my opinions. Yeah. And when I'm giving my opinions, I don't need to get into the details and do research on things. Because I'm not being that specific. I'm looking at it on the surface not disregarding what's under the surface. I know what's there, but I'm looking at the surface, and basically it's my opinions on the perception that we see in the news, or however it's viewed in general or presented,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but when I see a news story and I read a news story, that's what I'm opinionated about, is what I've read and what's been presented to me.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I will go in depth and do some research because I'm genuinely that interested for me, not to tell other people about it.
Yeah, sure.
But
or if it affects you, I'm sure directly, like politics or something like that.
He had some good critiques there. I just don't think he understands that we're just, we're not educating people. We're just giving our opinions and just bullshitting around about stuff.
Well, Fly on the Wall is more or less what would have been like to be there. And to be there exactly, they'd have to tell you everything about their lives to a T, specifically the Wright brothers. But for Fire, no one knows what it was like to be there.
Yeah.
Except for the people that were there. It's not like they drew the picture on the wall of cavemen doing it and how they felt and everything else. Like,
yeah.
You have to use your imagination. And that's what I feel connects me to still being a child at heart is having an imagination, having to wonder.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe that makes me childish, but at the same time, it keeps me lively and with a good sense of humor. I feel over-researching things doesn't really do much for me, I guess. Like, my thing is I love science, and science changes constantly, but people, it's a fact. It's a fact to people, and they research it, and they think that that's the fact because they researched it, and it says it in this book. Okay? But in all reality, that fact can change because, we didn't understand this element, or even know that this element existed before, and now, it's totally different.
Exactly.
Gravity isn't because of a magnetic field in the middle of the Earth, it's because of the Earth's spin. But you know what? They thought the Earth was flat at one point in time, too. I mean, those were all facts. Those were facts.
Yeah.
And now, and that's kind of how I view when we do Fly on the Wall. There are facts about the Wright brothers. There are facts that, they were in Kitty Hawk.
Yeah.
They started in Dayton. There are facts there, but how they felt, what it was actually like to be there.
Yeah.
Can't
Which
be
is one of the
described in
questions
words,
that we start with is what was it like?
Yeah. Cannot be
what would it have
described
been
in
like?
words. There's no way you can describe that. Even when they're talking about it, I'm sure when they were talking about it, they were flabbergasted. There's no way that they could express anything to the T of how they really felt. The wind, the smell of the air, how their heart was pounding, or, those things may have come out individually in different interviews, but it's not all written down in the facts.
Right.
You got to kind of imagine that stuff and feel how they feel.
Yeah.
And that's, and maybe we don't portray that concept well enough before the show, and maybe we need to.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, so I like that. That's a good critique.
Yep.
I mean, if he didn't understand it, then we're not saying it. So.
Yeah. Yep. And then he was saying about an episode we did on the Dakota Pipeline, and about how I kind of get off the subject. It was the episode was about the Dakota Pipeline. Actually, more specifically, the whole point we did the episode was because the vets were going out there the next week to stand in front of the protesters and to help them out.
Yeah.
So that was our whole real point and reason for doing it, was because, that's a big thing. There was like 2,000 of them going out there.
Well, the vets standing behind anything should be a big thing to our public.
Yeah. And so he had said that, went off track a little bit and brought up Detroit water. But we do get around a lot. Our minds, we jump around a lot.
Yeah.
But there is always a segue into what we're talking about. we don't just jump around and none of it has anything to do with the other. They're all somehow related.
You have to view it as though it's a Family Guy episode and they're doing the segue into a memory from before. That's kind of how we do it.
That's a good way to put it. You know, and well, the whole point of bringing up the Detroit water issue was because I was saying how, although, however, there were, and I'm going to do it, screw it, shout out, whatever, I don't care. I've heard people saying, well, it's fucking stupid, I might just take this part out, but I'm not going to because it's real. It's real, winning. But, you know, that bit was because I was saying how, although I'm sure there are liberals out there helping protest, and a lot of them were on the news talking about it from California or Washington or wherever they were in their houses or jobs. But for the most part, and in general, the liberals were absent from all of that. They're out in the streets, up in arms over something they can't change, which is a fair election, but they weren't out there for that. And that's
true. But
they were all going apeshit over the Detroit water. So that was the relation there. That when it comes to an issue that they can use for political gain, which is a black community being poisoned, which is disgusting and terrible, then they're all about that, you know. But when it comes to the natives who don't have any political gain for them whatsoever, they don't give a damn as a whole. So that's where the Detroit bit came in.
Wonder how that works. Like, how do they decide on where they're going to protest in such a mass? You know?
Social
like, who
media,
says, all right, everyone, we're headed to Detroit now. You know, there's somebody that says that, and then they all go up there. And
who knows? Who knows what loopy people are running all this stuff?
Because it goes from city to city. It's not like it's just happening across the country. It's always, you know, one specific thing.
It's very well organized.
Yeah. Like
very well.
It just seems odd.
Yeah. Seems
know.
like maybe professionalism behind it, and professional in its full term, as in moolah.
Well, yeah, that's all. Everything's driven by money.
Like maybe paid organized protests, perhaps. But anyway,
yeah.
And also the vets. He brought up the vets got off track, but the vets were the whole point because they were going out there, so that's related to it.
Sure.
And you know, and so just there were some things that I found a little extreme nitpicky, and I'm not gonna be shitty about anything, but I will be honest. I've always been an honest guy. I will be honest. I kind of wonder. He is quite liberal, and he's on my Facebook, and he knows how I feel about the snowflakes and the social justice warriors. I think it's absolutely absurd and retarded what they're doing.
I love the term snowflakes.
I know, it makes me laugh. But, so, a part of it has made me feel like maybe some of it was some of the liberalism in them. And you can tell my hesitation in saying this. I'm trying not to be mean. I don't think bad of him. I just honestly think that maybe some of that played a part into the extreme nitpicking and criticism.
Well, that could be. You never really know, I guess. But maybe that's just how you feel about liberals in general, and you're portraying that onto them. Maybe. Conservatives are shit too. I'll say it right now. Oh, yeah.
And we're going to get into that next week. I told Drew, I called it before the show, and I'll call it right now for you guys, and it will not change. Next week, from my cousin Todd, dedicated to you, man, because for some reason, my liberal friends never, ever seem to see or hear when I talk shit about conservatives. It's like I've never done that before, which I don't do it as much as I do liberals, but I do it. Okay, so for my cousin next week, show entirely devoted to shitting on conservatives and their stupidity as well. To highlight both sides and be totally fair about it.
Both sides are idiots.
Yes, they are.
On the far extremes, that's for sure.
Yes, they are.
There's definitely people that feel the way we feel, that identify one way or the other. but they feel that there's a better solution than the extreme ways of both sides.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not going to exclude them too. We're going to call you retarded sometime.
Oh, yeah.
No.
It's on my Donkey Kong, baby. Oh, yeah. But, to wrap this up, I don't know. I've been thinking about maybe a name change of the show to help, maybe to help it so it's known a little bit more that it's not to be taken super seriously.
Well, that's if everyone knew you in the show being the Jcast experience, okay, Jcast experience, to experience you, well, then they would already know.
True. But I don't know. We're going to talk. You and I off of the cast are going to talk about all that and stuff anyway.
Yeah, post in some comments. Let's hear some names of the new show here. New show names.
Well, we already had another one that I think would be perfect to describe just
that's true.
Sitting around and just talking and not being serious and just having a conversation.
And it'll be a lot less work because we already have a website and stuff set up for that. Or a Facebook page.
Yeah. Just gotta have Marilyn redo the intro a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure Marilyn will do that. She's pretty awesome.
Yes, she is. But that's wrapping that up. We're gonna get into Nutty Bar of the Week, and we ran over big time last week. We might run over a little bit this week, but it'll be worth it.
It will be. We got some good stories coming out of this one.
Yep. To get a little segue going into the Nutty Bar of the Week, I'm just going to say that the Nutty Bar of the Week has to do with events that occurred at a wedding in, of all places, Florida.
What? Not Florida.
I know. Never. Never Florida.
Oh, wait, no, always. Right?
Dude,
always.
Break that freaking shithole off of the U.S., float it down, attach it to Cuba. There you go. Have fun, guys. There you go.
I say let's do the sex change. Get rid of our penis. Send it over to Africa or something. That's right.
Well, we go down to Florida for that, but it has to do with things that occurred at a wedding reception. But we're going to talk a little bit before we officially announce our Nutty Bar. About wedding stuff. I got a couple things I wanted to say, and then you told me yours is more bachelor party style.
Yeah.
Which is going to be the more fun conversation and longer than mine, so let me get my couple out of the way real quick.
Okay.
First of all, went with your oldest brother. Should I say his name?
You can if you want.
Tony. No big deal. Tony, good guy, man. Known him since junior high. We went to a mutual friend of ours' wedding, Nicole Porter at the time. Now it's Bowles. I just name dropped her. But that's okay. And she got married to a guy named Matt. Good guy. Yeah. I grew up knowing his brother a little bit. He and his family lived across from Nikki. And Nikki and I, she's one of my best friends. We've been super stellar good friends. BFFs, dude. Like, best fucking friends forever. And, and at her wedding, it got to the moment of, if anyone objects to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Oh, no.
I swear, Drew, I was this close, dude. I was so close to standing up and proclaiming my love for her, professing my love for her. Of course, it would have been a joke, and I would have immediately sat down and been like, I'm just kidding,
I'm kidding.
And it wouldn't have gone over well.
Yeah.
But I swear, dude, I felt my legs shaking a little bit from, like, I was just that close to standing up and doing it.
Your body was wanting to go, but your mind was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yep. And then the other quick thing I just wanted to say is, I've always wanted to apologize to my sister-in-law, Amy. I was best man at my brother Brian's wedding when they got married, and at the reception I was giving my toast, And what had happened was my brother, he wanted to have superhero action figures in the middle of every table as the, like, centerpieces, right?
Yeah.
Awesome idea. You know what I'm saying?
I'm down.
So, but Amy, I mean, you know, you think about the girly thing, and I'm not, you know, it was
not what she
more
had
her
pictured
day.
as a little girl planning her wedding.
It was more her day, and that she kind of nixed that idea, right?
Okay.
So what I did, which was cool, I got my brother a kick-ass Batman action figure, and I presented it to him during my toast and set it down in front of him as his little table thing. But you know, you're in the moment, and maybe you think you're being cute, you think you're being funny, or you know, but you just start to talk, and you don't really realize what you've said until after the fact.
Sure.
But I did that, and I told the story, you know, to explain why I was presenting my brother with this. I just explained that, you know, Brian wanted to have superhero action figures on all the tables, but Amy wouldn't have that. And now, it was the way I said it.
Yeah.
Amy wouldn't have that. And it was at her wedding, dude, at her wedding reception, you know, and I mean, I don't know if she ever, I mean, I'm sure she didn't appreciate it at the time. I'm sure she thought, but you know, all these years later, I've still, I thought about it as recently as a couple weeks ago, dude. I've always wanted to apologize to her for that, but then on the other hand, I'm like, it was so long ago, kind of don't want to bring it up, but I've always felt bad about that, dude, and I've always hoped that the 20 whatever year old me, I hope that guy did not stomp on the little girl's dreams that she had for her wedding.
Yeah.
I've always felt bad about that. But those are my two things. But dude, let's get into yours, because I was there for this epic shit.
Well, let me start with one you weren't there for.
Oh, all right, yeah, let's do it.
Because this one's good.
Let's do it.
This is the last time. No, second last time I ever drank liquor. Okay, and me and my buddy Chris, we went out to a party, did some drinking, and back then I used to drink a lot of liquor. You know, and I'm talking about this because of stupid shit you do when drinking liquor,
right?
Okay? And and this is all, of course, told to me the next day because I don't remember any of it. But what happened was we went back to his parents' house. This was right after we were out of high school. Went back to his parents' house, and we went to sleep, you know. Well, I guess I got up in the middle of the night, wandered into the kitchen on my way to the bathroom, I would hope, and woke his mom up by, I guess I was leaning on the counter, and there was an oscillating fan right there, and I stopped it from moving, not knowing I'm drunk in a stupor.
Mm-hmm.
And it was clicking. Click, 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 click,
right,
like it
that's
does,
annoying.
you know. So she comes out of the bedroom and sees I am pissing on the floor in the kitchen,
oh my gosh,
right there in the middle of the house, you know. And I guess she just, you know, watched me finish. I went back and sat down on the recliner that I was sleeping in. And she woke up Chris to clean it up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I guess while he was doing that, I stole his pillow and blanket that he was using and used it as my own. So he cleaned up my pee, and then came back and have a pillow or blanket to sleep with.
Holy shit! Oh man.
So yeah, that's a good story. See, I'm real good friends with him. He's one of my best friends, and his mom is like my mom. For real. Like, she used to pick me up after sporting events, and she got me out of jail once. For real. And then to top the cake, I peed all over her kitchen floor.
Jeez.
So that, you know, people do dumb stuff when they're drunk.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
No doubt.
But that makes you realize maybe I shouldn't be doing that kind of drinking anymore.
Right.
But yeah, that's a story that you just haven't heard yet, and I had to tell you.
Hell yeah.
But no, and then the other one is my brother's bachelor party, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, things get crazy when liquor is introduced. We had a cooler full of like 4 different kinds of beer, and it was a huge cooler. And I think maybe 3 beers got drank because the party started when we started breaking out kamikazes, and it got out of hand. You were the bartender, so I'm sure you remember it more clearly.
I remember it pretty good.
I remember you're mixing up some pretty sweet kamikazes.
As
everybody was down. Everybody was down. Not usually everybody's into mixers either, but everybody's down. And next thing you know, we're betting on how many shots we can take in a row. and it just started building up. Like the shot count just started building up and building up and building up to where next thing you know, we're wasted. We're playing cards upstairs. We're outside puking in the yard. I mean, next thing you know, everybody's pretty much puking. My brother John on the way home.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Save that best for last.
Okay.
Because, man, there's a lot of stuff in there that you kind of blew over, Bill.
Yeah,
but we got to save that best for last, because I was in on that a little bit, kind of. I was affected. I was personally affected by that in a way. But to backtrack a little bit, I mean, it wasn't just like a bachelor party, like a normal, your friends and shit, like, dude.
Oh, no.
I mean, your dad was there, which is not an uncommon thing for the father to be. But, I mean, your dad wasn't only there. He was getting hammered like everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Your mom was out there for a little bit, and that shit got crazy, too.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when she busted out the penis pump.
Oh, yeah.
As the a gift for her son for his coming up nuptials.
Well, you never know. Sometimes you need a little extra. So you gotta have the pump there.
And one of the goofballs went and put his wang in it too, didn't he?
Kurt?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah.
He also did the mangina that night too.
I love the mangina.
Which
I'm sorry.
I can't. It just freaks me out, man. I can't look at it. It freaks me out.
I could never. When he do that, I could never stop looking, dude. And I wasn't like looking at his face and then glancing. I was looking directly at his no dick that he didn't have. His wang tucked so far between his legs, dude. That's what I was staring at, because it was the funniest shit I've ever seen. I love the mangina, dude.
The mangina is crazy.
Yes. And that night was crazy. And I remember, there toward the end we ran out of the stuff to make kamikazes.
Oh yeah.
So we're just mixing. Was it John and your dad just were pounding I was just mixing stuff, am I right?
Yeah.
Because toward this point, I had started drinking a little bit more heavily as the night progressed.
Yeah.
So by this time, I'm a little fuzzy on some stuff.
Man, it got crazy. I went outside for a while and hung out with people that were pretty much getting sick or needed air.
Yep.
So yeah, that's I never did end up throwing up.
Me neither.
I went upstairs in the barn and laid down in the party room on one of the couches and watched the ceiling spin and spin and spin, but I never did throw up.
Nice.
It was terrible waking up there sweating.
Yeah.
Sweating out pure liquor, practically.
But yeah, and then now we get to the killer point, the best part of the night, which also has to do with vomit.
Well, my thing is they ended up ripping me off at the end of it.
Who did?
John.
Why is that?
Well, you got to tell the story what happened in the car first.
All right. So, his soon-to-be bride came up, and she showed up to pick up John and your other brother Tony and myself. Our vehicles, Tony's and my vehicles, were back at John and his old lady's house.
Yeah.
So she came, picked us up, and your folks have 2 driveways. At this point, they had made a second driveway. And we went out the one driveway, and we turned to go down the road, and before we even hit the other driveway, John, I don't even know if he said, I'm going to get sick. I don't know if there was any warning, but he fucking just turned his head toward the driver, his old lady, and just puked all over. I was affected because my phone was sitting in the cup holder and he puked all over my phone. That really sucked. So He didn't even say anything. That's right. He couldn't even talk. He was slumped over. You know what I mean? Like leaning forward and then just kind of just puked all over. So he pukes, and then she kind of like stops the car really quick. And then Tony, I'm in the back with him, and he's, the smell of it's contagious.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm going to get sick too. And I'm just like, dude, no, what, I'm just like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
And she pulls back in the driveway, and after that, I can't remember who stayed there and who didn't, or what we did, or what happened, but I just know I got back to my vehicle somehow.
That was in a 2-door
Ford Taurus.
Ford Tempo.
Tempo?
Yeah,
all right.
A Tempo, which is the same thing as a Taurus practically, just different stuff. But yeah. Yeah, so then when you come back in there, of course, he has to borrow clothes, right?
Oh, true.
So he takes my Adidas snap-up pants, okay, to borrow, and never returns them again.
Oh.
But I will say that started his whole wearing Adidas snap-ups and warm-up pants and stuff like that he has now. But those were probably the coolest ones ever, and the first pair of snap-ups I ever owned, and he stole them from me. Ripped me off, and not to mention, they left on their honeymoon and took Mom and Dad's Durango, so Mom and Dad took my Jimmy to drive.
Because they weren't going to use the Tempo with the puke
so
in
then
it.
I had to use the Tempo, and ended up cleaning it up for them and stuff, and because, they just got married.
Right.
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
But man, it was terrible. It was just all around terrible. I got ripped off. Horrible.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But you know one thing that's good?
What?
Nothing compares to this crazy bitch from Florida.
Yeah, let's talk about this crazy
So,
bitch, right?
let's get into this shit, dude.
I mean, ours are just tame stories.
Oh, my
to
gosh.
This crazy. I mean, here's a quote in the headline even that says, "It was insane. Maid of honor turns Florida wedding into nightmare."
Man.
Yeah. So, and if you guys could see the picture of this chick.
Oh, yeah. She's no prize, dude.
Oh, God. I mean, maybe she is at her normal time. But she's so drunk during this picture, one of her eyes is only half open.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks terrible.
She looks like a disaster waiting to happen, dude. For real.
Well, anyway, this girl's name is Amanda Willis. And what happened is she was the maid of honor. Okay, she was asked to be maid of honor in her best friend's wedding.
Yep.
Okay, which is huge. That's huge. This is a big day. You should go in there, and especially the maid of honor. I know that the maid of honor's job is quite tremendous when it comes to a wedding. You should take that very seriously. And it sounds like she did up until the reception.
Yep.
Because I guess what she did was chugged a whole bottle, okay? A whole bottle of Fireball. Have you ever had Fireball?
No, sir, I have not.
All right, this is a cinnamon liquor, and it is quite potent.
Man.
Yes, and because I used to drink it all the time when I was a kid.
I mean, Fireball, dude, it sounds like it's going to rock your world.
Well, you remember those atomic Fireballs that you get, those hard candies that were
right.
cinnamon and
yeah.
spicy? It's like that, but a drink.
Shoot.
Yeah, with alcohol. So it's like drinking candy. She's chugging this whole thing. She loses her mind. Okay, starts asking people for the keys and stuff. She's
random
wasted.
strangers.
Yeah, just random anybody. She's asking anybody.
Uh-huh.
So she goes up to the best man, and
who's the brother? Am I correct?
Yeah, it's the brother of the groom. Okay, and his last name's Templeton. Okay, well, she takes his keys, right? Takes his car. So he runs out there to stop her from taking his car. She almost runs him over. And then he grabs onto the car door, the pillar behind the car door. I have to assume they just said car door. But to be able to reach in and hit the e-brake like he did, he had to be right there at the pillar to be able to hold on. And
did he get the e-brake or did she?
He did. It said he hit the e-brake on there and
All right.
stopped the car.
All right.
Then they drug her out of there. And she goes inside, right? Immediately hits him in the face when he goes in there after her. Cocks him. So the police are called.
She went inside and got a bottle of Captain Morgan.
I forgot about the Captain Morgan. She goes in there, grabs a bottle of Morgan, and starts chugging that too.
Yep. Yep.
You know, and then immediately goes into the rage. That's when she goes up to him, hits him in the face, you know, and then before he knows it, he retaliates, obviously. You get hit in the face or hit someone back, I don't care who the hell it is. I mean, that's temporary insanity anyway. But anyway, yeah, that's not even where it ends. The cops come, that's not where it ends. She claims that she's going into an asthmatic episode.
Right.
Okay. And drops on the floor and starts shaking around like she's having a seizure and stuff. Okay. So they haul her off to the hospital, obviously, because they need to make sure she's okay anyway, which, you know, that's the right thing to do. And she assaults the officers. Not only assaults them, but she flashes them. Yep. She makes sure to flash them.
Right. Boobies, dude.
And from the looks of her, again, her pic here, it was probably nothing to look at.
No, but still, dude, let's take a moment for boobies.
No, that's true.
Yay! Boobies!
Boobs. All right. So then, at the hospital, she also assaults nurses.
Of course.
You know, and cussing and throwing a tantrum and flipping out and everything else. And
pulling a Pac-Man.
And I believe that they just decided, we're not going to have to do much to her. She's just drunk. I have to assume it doesn't say that that's what it was. It doesn't give a medical history of what happened. But I'm going to go with they gave 2 looks at her, said, this chick's drunk, haul her off to the drunk tank.
Yeah.
So at the end of it, okay, this is her ninth arrest in this county. In the county.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
not even surrounding counties. They just said in this county. I have to assume that surrounding counties, she's well known as well. But also Jennifer Butler, which is her best friend whose wedding she ruined, she said that they're no longer friends at all.
Of course. Period. There is an intelligent person in Florida. What's her name again? Hold on. What's her name again?
Jennifer Butler.
All right, Jennifer Butler. I am going to give you the one and probably the only ever actual kudos bar. You are getting a kudos bar.
Oh my, I haven't even seen a kudos bar.
Oh yes, one more time with her name. I'm sorry.
Jennifer Butler.
Jennifer Butler. Congratulations to you for being a freaking intelligent person in Florida. Kudos, baby.
Kudos for real.
Yep. But go on.
Okay, so then it ends with her actually going to jail. And she faces charges of, get this is quite a list. Larceny, battery, grand theft of a motor vehicle, and violation of probation, obviously, because you've been there 9 times already.
Yeah.
So
you're pretty much living on probation at that point.
That's, not to mention probably losing your license for an, undetermined amount of years.
DUI?
Yeah, I mean...
yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Grand theft, well, there should probably be a DUI charge in there as well, and attempted murder, possibly. And
yeah. Well, within, 20 minutes into the reception is when she started getting crazy on the fireballs. Yeah.
Yeah, and he done father-daughter dance by that point in time, or like the dollar dance.
I think they said they got done, or while they were cutting the cake and doing the first dance, she was already started on getting wasted.
Yep, that's exactly what it said.
Stellar friend, dude.
This person is stand-up. I'll bet you if she didn't get that wasted, someone was getting laid that night by that chick.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
Not that, I don't know. Maybe she's wild and crazy like that. I don't know. That's I definitely would not be her friend anymore after that.
No.
And frankly, if she ever got married, I'd hopefully find out so I could go ruin it.
Yeah, no shit, right?
I'm not that much of a spiteful person, but you only get married one time, so... there's not much making up for that.
Yep.
I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Well, once again from Florida, we had our Nutty Bar of the Week. And,
America's penis.
Yeah. So, Amanda Willis, kudos to you for being the Nutty Bar of the Week.
Kudos.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll do it for us, guys. We ended up running over again a little bit, but that's all right.
I hope you enjoyed that extra time. It was special.
Yes, isn't that special?
And that's special.
Very special. So, come back and join us again, and leave us your comments, anything you want to say, any suggestions, whatever. Was it listen, like, share,
and boob pics are
all that?
appreciated.
Yeah, boob pics. What does that mean? I saw once. It's Mammogram Day, so ladies, send me your boob pics, and I'll check them out for you, or something like that. So,
Hey,
yay!
Hey, that's a serious thing.
Boobies! Oh, see, and you say that's a serious thing right when I'm giving the yay boobies, and now I feel like a piece of shit.
Yay, boobies!
Woo! Boobies with bumps on them! That's wrong. I'm sorry. By bumps, I meant nipples, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
It'd be
man.
weird without the nipples.
God forbid we make jokes. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, don't have a sense of humor whatsoever, please.
No. But thank you guys for listening. Have a great night, and yeah, I'm here, and I don't know what. I'm so sidetracked now. I know that's dumbass Wade over there. I'm so sidetracked. I don't know what's going on.
Don't worry. Well,
that's great. That's Drew,
and that's Wade.
Later. You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.